They're looking, just not overly so. Okay, got it. Um, and can I see the other towers as well
Give me a
from the
stealth
angle?
check there, hun.
So can I only see the one tower from this angle, or
Yep.
so there's three in the one tower that's closest?
Sure. There's 3 or 4. It's hard to tell with the angle.
Okay.
They're being so much
Okay.
higher than you.
Can I get a
There's
shift
at
ping?
least 3.
All right. I'll
Screen's black.
yeah, I
Oh,
think it's because there's no other characters on the map, so it's nothing to, it's no line of sight.
yeah. You guys just said send the thief in to scope it out.
Yeah.
So I only
So
dropped Vic on the map.
so I'll
Were you
backtrack.
gonna follow along, Dalian?
Nope.
I'll backtrack and to
Nope.
get out
Okay.
of line of sight and try and come in from a different angle using terrain, trees, shrubs, whatever, to get completely out of sight from the towers, whatever it takes, and come around from a different angle and to observe the other towers as best I can.
Okay.
So
Which
whichever direction the other
the
towers
map
are
is
in.
turned. This map is turned 90 degrees. So if you're on
The other towers are to the south.
you're in the north. Right. The north is to the left on the map. So, but just tell me
North
which
is
corner
to
you're
the
going through. Just tell me which corner of the map you're going to look
lower
around.
lower left, lower left. Let me move the character over there.
So you work your way up under the trees.
Yeah.
On this side.
Keeping the fort, everything about the fort out of sight as much as possible via terrain until I get up close and take a look at what I can see.
Mm-hmm.
Also observing the little building out front. Has there been any movement around that building out front yet?
No. There doesn't appear anybody. There doesn't appear anybody at the building now.
Do you need another hide?
Yeah. You see, there's a lot of trees have been cut down. Over here, you see there are several holes in the ground with looks like piles of bodies just dumped into them.
Same number of guards, 3 or 4 on the towers.
Yeah, there's definitely 4 in this guard that you can see in this
4.
guard tower. They're each leaning up against one corner of the tower. There,
Okay.
there, and you can see 2 at the back. One of them is playing with some of the heavy bolts for the ballista.
Okay. There's 1 ballista per tower?
Yes.
Okay. I'll again backtrack through the trees using terrain and foliage, whatever, to block and come in more if it's enough cover. Yeah, I'll come in under this all the way around and come in from the lower right.
Other than a lot of the trees in the around here being cut down, you don't much. There only appears to be two guys, and they're apparently drilling on, uh, doing drills on aiming the ballista. You can see the ballistas moving up and down, left and right. They're practicing traversing it and stuff, traversing and elevating it.
Okay, and guards and all these towers and that as well.
What's that?
The same number of guards, 3 to 4.
Yep. There's only you only see the two in this one.
Okay, and 2 in this one. Okay. Again, now work my way out, backing away, and I'll keep doing this all the way around the hole, and then provided I don't run into any trouble with this observation,
Okay,
get back to
as
the
you're
party and report.
Right. As you're moving along the south side, you see it looks like there's a stone tower that the palisade was built off of,
Right here
with
where I'm
a
pinging.
much more. Yep, right there.
Gotcha.
With a much more elaborate ballista on top of it. It's roughly almost 3 times the size of the ones on the wooden towers.
Is there any
You
pathways or
don't
that from the
notice
south?
any movement up there. No, there's no pathways to it. The
Okay.
only gate you've seen was on the north side in the center.
Where the
of
building
wall.
was. Okay. All right.
Yeah, near the building outside the wall. And again,
Okay.
on the north, or on the southeast corner, which is here, you see 2 more orcs, and it looks like they're practicing loading and unloading the ballista.
Okay.
You see one jump up and slap a bolt into it as the other one's cranking, and then they reset it,
Right.
release
So
it
it's 2,
without firing the bolt.
4,
Jump up, do it again.
8. So roughly seeing 10 to 12 orcs in the towers alone. Is that good guesstimation?
Well, there's
2,
in the
2.
towers on the corners. There's 2 on each of the south towers, 3 or 4 in each of the 2 north corners, and then at least 3 in each of the towers on flanking the
So
gate.
12. So closer to
here.
16, roughly. Okay. Over a dozen just in the guard towers alone. All right. And I'll take that information back to the party and let them know. Full-blown orc fort. Towers all around, covered at least by 2 to 4 orcs each. Ballistas at each of them. And even a stone tower on the south side. An even bigger one, but I couldn't tell if that one was manned or not.
The
So,
stone tower on the south is almost is over 25 feet tall. So
this is not something for the group of us to charge and take on, I don't think. We need to find what happened to the humans that were looking for it. Although, unfortunately, I think I know. On the west end was a bunch of graves, piles bodied up. Could I tell if they were human? The bodies?
what was that?
The bodies and the graves on the west side. Were they human or
Looked like a mix. Mostly human though. There were a couple of greenish skinned
I think this is the type of
arms poking
information.
out.
This is the type of information we need to get back to our employer.
Fortunately, we have someone who can communicate with them, don't we?
Lord Barry.
Not yet. He's got the spell written down, but he didn't actually learn it.
Yeah, that sucks.
Sigh.
Yeah. So, this doesn't quite seem to be the same orcs that stumbled across. Uh, this doesn't look elvish at all. Of course, not that I know what elvish looks like, I guess. I'll try and describe the stone tower and the bigger ballista anymore. Does that sound anything like elvish design to you, Thalion? Thalion, did you hear me?
What was that?
I described the stone tower that I've seen on the south side and the ballista. Does that seem like it was elvish design?
Yes, elves typically build round structures.
I mean, this is the orcs that took over an elvish ruin and built upon it.
And we shall have to recover it in the name of all elvendom.
Yes. Do you think we're capable of taking on an orc fort such as this? I don't.
We shall have to strike at the heart of them, where it hurts most. We shall have to find their leader, lure him out, or kill him in his sleep.
I think we need to get the group to a safer position. We're kind of exposed here. I don't feel comfortable trying to figure out something with a whole fortress load of orcs a few hundred yards away.
Yes, I agree. Perhaps
Maybe
there's a sewer system or something we could infiltrate.
Yeah. Think maybe we could backtrack back to that easterly pathway
Sure,
and see if
let's
there's
go.
something safer down there to set up a camp at, and then we can walk back in and try and find an alternate means in.
Now, keep in mind, the guards that you saw, this is the middle of the day when orcs are typically asleep.
But this was okay. Okay.
I mean, by the time you're done scouting, it's maybe 1 in the afternoon.
Right. Okay. Right.
So this is the lowest
But if-
activity you would expect.
Right. And it was still pretty active, more than what this small party is going to be able to deal with. So, yeah, we'll carefully backtrack our way out of it. Again, keeping everything is out of line of sight of the fortress as much as possible. And back to that easterly path. And
Okay.
Well, maybe if we traveled back to the previous fort that we saw and we explained things to the sergeant there, they might be able to support us with some additional troops.
that's many days away.
I know, but I mean, you told me how many dudes there were in there.
Yeah, I know.
And how many guys did they have at that fort? What, 3 dozen?
I don't know. Did we have an idea of how many were at that outpost that was abandoned? The westerly
No,
outpost?
the
First
one.
camp,
The
Yeah,
first camp.
well, the first camp was a platoon with 37, including the lieutenant.
I mean, 3 dozen men
36
would
troops,
certainly
36
Do we
help
know?
soldiers
us.
and the lieutenant.
Was there
If
ever
we,
any information how big the group was at the westerly outpost that is no longer there?
It was supposed to be another platoon, so
So 30
roughly
some.
probably the same size as the first one. Correct.
damn.
And they got wiped out apparently.
Maybe their tactics were just poor.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty stout fortress from what I could tell.
Well, I trust you. You've seen it. I
It's
haven't.
it's gonna take a pretty good army to breach this one. This isn't gonna be anything like the ruins where we stumbled across those young orcs. Was there any banners or flags flying?
Yes, there was.
What were the symbols?
On hanging on the towers next flanking the gate, there was the same symbol that you saw on the shoulder of the one orc that they carted back with the squiggling band of lines coming up, the withered root tribe.
The withered root tribe. Okay. So, yeah, I'll recall that. Yeah, these are the withered root tribe that Shigo told us a bit about. Or at least some of them. We, how soon before you think you'll be able to send those messages?
He just shakes his head. You got to level before you can try it again.
Wonderful. So, we get back to the easterly path and travel a ways. Is there any place that looks out of the way, so to speak, to set up a camp? Or, I mean, down this easterly path, I mean, does it
doesn't
seem...
yeah, you can fairly easily find a place to camp in the defile that
Okay.
you followed out.
Does it seem like a safe enough distance away where we're at? Like I said, I mean, it depends what type of patrols they send out, but I'm really not sure how far away we are at this point.
The trail you were following was just a pretty faint trail from the what you're assuming was the platoon working their way down here. It doesn't appear to have been traveled much besides the, couple of spore sets of boot prints.
Yes, but we freshen the track now with our own
like anything
prints.
Yeah.
And our own hoof prints, our own wagon prints. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fresh now.
So, but going back down this easterly path, the one that branched off to the east that you told us about, is this more of a regular, heavily traveled path, or?
The branch that heads east on the south side of the summit is, yes, fairly heavily traveled.
Can we tell by what? Is it something familiar?
Booted feet. You can't tell much besides booted feet.
No giant feet, though, right?
Do orcs wear boots?
Typically, yes.
Yeah. This may not be a good way to go. Maybe we need to go back up the way we came. Get off their beaten path.
If we look carefully, we might be able to find a concealed place to camp.
Yeah, but I got suspicions that this is their pathways.
No, I mean back the way we came.
Right.
Even
yeah,
though our
yeah.
path is still pretty fresh, if we
Yeah.
find a good concealed place, we can still hide.
Yeah.
It would give us advantage if they did choose, if they sent out a scouting party and they happened upon us. It would give us an advantage if we were concealed.
Right. That's what I agree. Is going backtrack, like I said, back to the path we came in on instead. I was thinking the easterly was something a little bit newer, but looking at it, it's too heavily traveled.
Yeah, if it's heavily traveled, we don't want to go that way. They'll find us there.
Any other thoughts? Anyone?
I would
Valiant,
tend to
what do you
agree.
think?
The road less traveled is much better.
It has made all the difference.
We could just leave and go to the authorities and report this place and let an army take care of it.
This day's worth of travel, though, just to
Yeah.
report. That's what hopefully the whole messaging
Well-
thing was supposed to deal with.
No, I'm saying we leave and let an army take care of it. And we go do other things. Remember, our
Right.
job is to find out why these guys are migrating, not to engage them.
Exactly. I agree with you completely there. But it's many days back
Oh
to
no, you guys
civilization to
finished the
report
why
that.
they're migrating part. It, for the most part, you guys were sent out. You guys took, were hired by Lord Barry to help take out the orcs. That's what you guys are. Your new job, quest, mission, whatever
Right.
you want to call it.
But the whole idea is if we found something greater than what we could handle, is have the capability to message back to them that we have a situation, which we cannot do yet.
Yeah, and it'll take days, Ed, for us to even be able to travel back and communicate this.
Right?
So until then,
But-
we are in danger. So we
Yeah,
need to make
so-
sure that we are as protected as we can be.
So we leave.
Right.
We're
which is what
leaving, dude.
Which is
we're
what we're
leaving.
doing. We're not. But we're not.
Hey.
I'm not agreeing to head all the way back to Fort Benson to report this. Is
Because
what
that'll take
I think
too
the point.
long.
Yeah.
It's not a
Can't
matter
forced
to,
march
do you
all the
think-
way back to
hold on.
Fort Benson.
Do you think they're going to move the fort? The fort's not moving. The enemy's not going to leave this place. They love it because they're building it up. They're going to defend it. And they're setting up to be able to take down an entire army. How many characters do we have in our party?
Right. I'm not saying we're taking it on in any light,
Yeah.
but it doesn't mean that we need to go all the way back to Fort Benson to report this if we here can eventually learn the capability to message it from where we're at.
Right. He needs to
And
go
they could be
below.
sending out. They could be sending out scouting parties of a dozen or so
Right.
that can find us at any point. So we
So
need to be
you have
prepared for that.
Right. So we leave.
Which is what we're doing.
Which
Right.
is what we're doing.
So why are you arguing it?
We're just arguing how far we're leaving the
Yeah,
area.
I say just leave the area completely and let the army take care of it. We are not an army. We're insurgents. We're a small group of insurgents who are designed to take out specific minor goals. Until we're
Correct.
like 8th and 9th level, we're not taking on this castle. I'm
Exactly.
still first level.
I agree with that. So we
So we
backtracked
find a
on the
nice
way we
place to
came in.
hide.
And what do you do when you hide? Just gonna sit there until they find you?
We
We do
hide
this
at
one day at a
night
time,
and
though,
then we
right?
travel the next day. And then we
Okay.
hide at night and we travel the next
Okay.
day.
Because they travel at night because they're nocturnal creatures and they have infravision like I don't. It's we need to vacate the areas as far as we can because they're going to have for an establishment that big that they have built up. They got a lot of people in there and they have the manpower to properly patrol this area. I mean, we
So how far are you saying we should travel?
go until we can't. The animals won't take it anymore.
Well, Zelfa's not going to be a fan of that. We can't abuse the animals.
That's what I'm saying. Go until the animals don't like it. Because they're going to get tired. They're going to start like complaining. And say, okay, now we rest.
But the next day they're going to be
How
tired
far away
again.
from the fort can we get into the evening? Backtracking the way we came in.
You can get back down the defile to about where you first lost sight, out the other end of the defile, to where you first saw there's smoke coming up from the fort.
Has there been anywhere along the ways or a good concealing position to camp for the night? At this point onward?
There's plenty of places you could camp out in the defile that are pretty well concealed.
Yeah. Just have to hide our trail through wagon tracks. I don't want all the animals. Well, we'll do our best. Get as far as we can. Find a good spot. Conceal as best we can and set up camp, I think.
That's the plan.
Okay.
Don't push the animals too hard, though, because we won't be able to travel the next day.
All right. So are you camping in the defile, or are you going as far back down, backtracking as far as you can? What are you doing?
Unless there's a really, really good spot in the defile, then I say we go further. It's got to be like a spot that, I mean, what's the difference in whether, the best spot that we can find in the defile versus, how early in the day is it versus if we just traveled further? I mean, how many more miles could we travel versus
Well,
the best spot we could find in the
you
defile?
came out on the main road at 10:30.
Yeah, no, we did the fort inspection. It was 1 o'clock in the afternoon, right?
Right.
Okay,
After you're
so
after you're scouting out, it's the 1 in the afternoon.
and after conversing with the party,
travel available.
assume it's 1:30ish. So from 1:30ish for the rest of the day, getting back out of there carefully. I mean, without seeing for ourselves what we have to work with, I mean, we're just having to rely on, can we find a good enough spot in the defile that we feel is worth it versus the distance we could still continue to travel throughout the day. Unless it's like a near perfect spot to hide in, then I say we keep moving.
Yeah. There's plenty of hours of daylight left as long as we're not pushing the animals too hard.
Right. So the idea is distance versus,
Yeah.
unless it's like I said, unless it's like an excellent spot,
Yeah,
a
perfectly
cave that
defensible.
can be covered up,
Yeah.
or I mean,
As you're heading back down the defile, checking out places to camp and stuff, there's a few really shallow caves, but barely enough to get the animals into. Nothing spectacular. So I mean, your best bet, or based on what you're saying, you would be going all the way out to the
Continue
other
to
end
move.
out the other end of the defile, back to where it opens up more, several miles away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Distance versus minimal or not perfect concealment.
Right. Okay. Okay, so go ahead and set up your camp along the trail.
Cold camp, no fire.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Okay.
How are the animals?
Cold camp, no fire.
And that's fine, but I mean, did we do this in the middle of the night or without any light at all?
Okay, Vic, add balance. So
We can do it like just as the last lights of the day are setting up. I mean,
Okay.
if we're smart, we just don't. We just do
Yeah,
like a.
like to
tent.
know a little bit of our environment that we're trying to set up in, so we got a better idea. Unless, I mean, don't
Right.
tell us we picked a spot that's completely wide open.
Yeah, hopefully there's some cover.
Yeah, before we camp,
yeah, I mean,
Valiant.
there's scattered trees. It's really rough and rocky.
Yeah, before we camp, Thalion looks around for a rough, rocky place where we can conceal a campfire, so
We're
that it
not
can't be viewed from long distances.
We're not doing a campfire.
I'd suggest, but I mean,
If the elf says it can be safe and not be seen, I'll believe the elf.
Okay.
I'll have my
Looks
doubts,
like
but I won't stop him.
there
Way
is no such
far enough
place.
away now. You're 4 miles or so from the fort, so as the crow flies.
Yeah, it looks like there's no. I mean, there's like a couple of bushes, but yeah, I agree. No campfire because it's just not.
Really sparse at this point.
Yeah, it's too open. It's more like the plains than hills. Um, yeah, no fire if this is the terrain. And then we can find some bushes.
Yeah, like I said, I had a few maps that just didn't show up.
How hard did we push the animals to get here? Are they still a normal day's amount of work, or are they exhausted? What's the deal with the animals?
Well, we never said we were
It's just like
force
a normal
marching.
day's travel.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
good.
didn't push the animals to
Yeah.
Okay.
weren't force marching. No.
Good.
Right. Is there enough shrubbery or that around that we can kind of either take loose stuff and or maybe cut down some simple stuff to kind of create some concealment for the wagon?
Oh, the
Yeah, you can do that.
the hiding proficiency.
Well,
Take a blind.
yeah, just create a blind for this brightly colored wagon, just so it's not quite so obvious.
Um. Yeah, actually, we your set snares proficiency would would give you some, would be useful for that.
All right. Speaking of setting snares, can he also use those to like set up traps?
What's that?
Can he also use that to like set up traps?
Yeah, if you've got stuff to do it with.
All right, then we'll definitely get to work on that.
Okay. All right, so you set up a camp. You set up. What kind of traps and stuff are you gonna try to set up?
Just like
Traps or snares?
yeah, snares with rope. You know, you step in it, it goes up, tied to a branch, so it's sort of spring loaded, so it'll pull you up into the tree, things like that.
There's no trees big enough around here to do that with, hun.
Hmm.
Or springy enough, frankly. They're mostly hardwoods.
It's kind of an open area. I mean, if we got any kind of like moonlight or that, rather than completely dark, if you set up like a light object with a very large radius and then a large negative radius, then it gives it kind of a dim light across the whole area. So it's like set it to 1,000 and then set the dim radius at like -600. If we have kind of a dim overland light.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Hang on a minute. Okay. We're gonna take a quick bathroom break because I gotta pee and we've been at it for a couple of hours now. So take 5. Figure out exactly how you want to set up your camp and make sure you've got all of your critters, etc., on the map there with you guys.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Have you seen that? The cats who say hey instead of meow?
Oh yeah.
Hey. Hey.
No.
Oh, I gotta show you that. That's the funniest thing ever. Oh my god, this is the funniest thing ever. Oh my god.
She snorts.
You'll snort too when you watch it. Hey.
Hey. Hey. Hey. What the? Hey.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey. Hey.
All right, I'm going to mute myself while I'm working.
Bless you.
All right, I'm here. I'm good to go. Let's do a thing. Hey.
Is everybody back?
Who's back? Hey.
Hey. Sorry, Elena.
He made us watch cat video, all the cats going, hey, hey. Of course, my favorite one
Did
was when I
what?
was like, cat, scroll up
There's-
on the chat, there's a cat video.
There's a link. The cats who say hey instead of meow.
Oh,
Hey.
okay.
Hey.
Oh, that's the YouTube link there.
Yeah. Only 30 seconds. That first one looks so much like Seymour, it freaks me out.
Okay then. So, did you decide what kind of snares, traps, etc. you're going to try to set up on the perimeter?
Yes, I'm gonna just set up some tripwire type traps so that if somebody comes around, maybe with like some just noise makers, nothing that's gonna kill anybody.
Okay. Uh, give me a proficiency check on your set snares, please. But yeah, can you give me a
Yeah.
proficiency check for set snares, please?
Sure, one minute. That's not gonna make it. I think I said snares.
Yeah, so that doesn't tell me if you go to your same thing set up like Edward does. Okay, so let me put that in your set snares real quick. Okay. Go to your character sheet and click on the button next to your set snares proficiency.
I get an error. It says no attribute was found.
Spelling issue?
Oh, I had a typo. Try it again. I had a typo. There you go. See, that tells me what your actual target number is when you use it off the character sheet like that. So when I'm asking for proficiency checks, and if you set all of your normal proficiencies up, see how I wrote that in there at curly bracket intelligence close curly bracket. If you do that for all of your ability scores and just spell them all the way out, then you can use those like that when I ask for the proficiency checks.
Okay, thanks.
How many days back to the eastern outpost? The first one we went to from our current position.
You got most of the day back to the westernmost, and then
Like 3 days?
probably 3 more days from there. If you stay on the trail along the north side of the freshet,
So 4 days?
probably 3 days instead of the 4.5 it took you to get there. About 4 days.
Okay. I'll take first watch.
I'll take second.
I'll take
So,
third watch. I like
is there-
having that time to commune
Is
with
there
artists.
any moonlight at all going on? Do we got any light in the area? Or is it pitch black?
It's still heavily overcast. So alrighty then, Valian.
And for my watch, I'll keep to the shrubbery in the area, moving around as quietly and using whatever minimal terrain there is, vegetation, whatever, to keep moving around the camp, looking for any signs of movement, listening, so on and so forth.
Okay.
Which way was the orc camp in relation to where we're camping, where we're at now?
Well, you got about a quarter mile back out of the defile before
Right,
you
but
guys
what?
found a decent place to set up camp. So
So is that to the south of us, or what direction is our trail coming from? From the orc camp?
yeah, the trail you guys were following is to the south.
Okay, so
You're
I'll keep most of my
50
focus from
yards
the
away
south.
from the trail.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, so okay. Where's that macro? I gotta put that on my bar. It is on the bar. Okay. Good place to be actually. All right, just at the edge. Which I'm not being able to see at the moment.
Yeah, so I was hoping for a little bit of night light, but vision's not very far.
Oh, just my opacity settings are kind of low. Okay. Um, just at the edge, beyond the edge of your vision, you hear one of Leah's traps go off,
Okay.
and loud clatter of rocks tumbling,
I'll
and you see,
I'll pick up a
and you
rock
can just
and
make out in the darkness beyond your infravision a whole bunch of um, looks like animal eyes, um, about foot and a half off the ground, reflecting in what little light there is.
okay. I'll get
Right
behind the rock
about
that I'm near.
here. Now let me get stuff placed, and
Yeah,
oh,
I'll get the
sorry.
rock between me and the eyes, and then I'll toss a rock over to where I know they were sleeping. Or maybe even the shrubbery that was up against the wagon, just so it makes noise over there. So the eyes were low to the ground.
Yes. And once the rocks start clattering and making noise, you a couple of startled exclamations and some yipping and growling.
From the direction of the eyes, as in some voice or animal. Does it sound like the
Both.
kobolds? Does it sound like a kobold
Nope.
voice? No?
No, the voices are rougher, more guttural.
Okay. And did the rock wake up anybody else?
Uh, everybody give me perception checks or intelligence checks.
Yeah, we need perception in second edition, don't we?
Okay. Zilpha, Italian, you both hear rocks pattering. It startles you awake. Yeah, Edward. Yes, startles awake also.
Then
Hold on a second.
I'll give a short, sharp whistle, just to give them a direction.
Okay.
And also hide if I'm allowed the time. Of course, I whistled, so.
All right. This round, the rest of y'all are waking up. Vic, you can
I'm looking
roll
around the
initiative
rock.
attack if you would like.
Okay.
I don't know if you can really see much yet, but you got the drop on them, whatever's out there.
If necessary, but all I'm going to do is attempt to hide and keep my hidden position behind the rock as much as possible. And I mean, I'm still peering out, trying to
Right.
see what's coming, but I mean, I have to actually move the token to look around the rock. But I'm assuming I can look over, or I don't know how big this rock is, so.
That's actually a tree trunk.
No, it's a tree trunk. All right, so I'm looking around the tree trunk on either side.
Yeah. Okay. You hear some more scrabbling claws on the rocks and in the dirt, and a couple of sharp commands, and the yipping and scuffling kind of fades out, but you're pretty confident that all the noise is coming from right about there.
Okay.
So now everybody's just rolling initiative for round one.
Do I need a new initiative? Is it working off the same one?
Yeah, since you just hid. So yeah.
Okay. And a second one when given the chance, or when you get the opportunity.
Okay. Give me a second also. Yeah. Valiant, Alpha, you want to get your secondary initiatives set?
Sure.
Roll again is what you're saying? Oh, no,
No, don't roll
secondary.
again. Just
Duh.
I added your second initiative.
I'm just dumb. Never mind. That's right, Michael. Laugh.
So just
Third
to
class.
I am on the bad idea drink. How did you know?
We can tell.
Alrighty then.
How long
Okay.
does it take to put on a chain shirt, Elena? Is it a whole round?
For what kind of armor?
Chain.
Is that a fire or an
Chain?
earthquake,
You
Michael?
can't wear chain.
Scale. The scale mill.
Well, yeah, scale. Sorry, I was thinking of Gary.
is somebody in front of a fan?
Michael's
Leather,
open mic.
basically anything up to scale mail takes,
Sorry about that.
to put it on in a hurry is 1d4 plus 1 round. 2 to 5
Well,
rounds.
doesn't look like I'm attacking anything this round. Well, unless I just decide to go butt naked. He's pulling on our armor.
Okay.
You need me to roll for that?
Yeah, give me just
A D4?
roll a d4. Uh,
Of course.
okay. Well, you are trying to put armor on in the dark
No complaints.
in a hurry.
I'm doing it.
Okay. The words are first. Okay. Crick, you see a goblin riding on a warg
Okay.
run by either side of you towards the camp. Okay, and that one actually made it to Thalion.
Had I made it to my or put on my chain shirt yet?
No, not yet. You're in the middle of trying to get into your chain shirt, and the warg charges up with a goblin on its back and tackles you. Pounces on you. And bites you. Okay, great. Next.
Okay. I got what? The +4 from hidden and attacking from rear. I'm gonna attack the warg that rode past me here.
Okay.
So what's is that just +4?
Yes, undetected and their attack.
Okay.
Are you
AC
attacking
at
the
2?
warg or the goblin?
The warg.
Okay. You hit him.
Okay. And that's doubled.
Huh?
Doubled for the back attack?
Oh, yeah. For the backstab, yeah. He stumbles pretty hard, but keeps moving.
Okay. I'll use my movement to get back around the
Not
other side
managed to take him out.
of the tree and bush, and I don't know, can I still try and hide at this point or no?
No, not at this point.
Okay. I'll move to put the tree.
You could have stayed hidden if you'd killed him, but you didn't, so.
Right. So in any light, I'm getting back, in between the tree and the bush shrub that's there. And that's
Okay.
where I'll finish off that part of the turn.
Okay, Thalion, you are
Putting on my armor.
still trying to get in your armor. Okay. Give me a D3 for getting your chainmail on. Yes, chainmail is one of the fastest armors to get into. At least a quick short get into it. Ew. You all aren't doing good on that. Okay, Ed.
I guess I'll do the rest of it inside the wagon here.
I failed my check before, so I'm pretty much still in the rack, aren't I?
What's that?
When you called for a observation roll or a perception roll, whatever, I failed miserably.
Okay, that was for the surprise round. So
Oh.
you're waking up this round then. Okay.
Oh, okay. Getting
Yeah.
my armor.
So-
Yeah.
Fine, that would have been your offhand.
Yeah. I just withdrew into the wagon to finish putting on my armor.
Okay. Right. The goblin hops off of the ward. And let me do a quick check. Stumbles a little bit, trying to follow you into the wagon. You manage just to kick the door closed in his face.
Yay.
The goblin on the other ward is throwing a spear at Zilpha, struggling into her armor.
Oh, hell no. What's my AC when trying to put on armor? I assume that's a 10 or
10.
maybe worse.
And he manages to smack his hand into the head of the warg he's riding in the process of throwing the spear, and
Praise artists.
knocks himself off of the back of the warg.
Yes, way to go, artists.
That spear didn't come anywhere near you, honey. Okay. Uh, uh, 7 more wolves come charging it up behind the rest. Two, two of them stop and are attacking you, Kavik.
Okay.
Both from the flank.
Oh, what happened to my... Oh, you put it in drop down now. Okay.
Which armor class?
Recalculating leather with -3 modifier, so 6. Is that correct? No, AC 5 is looking
5.
like.
With your deck, it's 5. Okay. First one hit you for 2 damage.
Okay. Is that...
Second one hit you for 4.
Okay.
He grabs your leg and
Oh,
starts trying to
hell
drag you
no.
back out of the bush. Give me a dexterity check to see if you stay upright.
Okay.
You've got to hold your leg.
Gotcha. Coming up. Oh, where's the ability score rolls? Thought they were...
Just do the checks macro. The hashtag checks macro.
Oh, gotcha. Then, thank you.
It's a token action.
Any modifiers? No miscellaneous, right?
No, not right now.
Okay.
Okay, so you're still upright.
Okay.
He's trying to drag you out of the bushes, though. and he's got your leg around the calf.
Okay.
Zeph,
I'm putting on my armor.
still with the armor?
I'm on what, round 2 of putting on the armor, or round 1?
You're in round 1.
Yeah. Okay, go
I'm
ahead.
going
This is gonna be over before I'm armed. Okay.
Okay, see the red dots with you guys for the armor, with the numbers on them? Those the rounds. If you just click on your token, hover over the red dot, and each round, hit the next lower number to count down. That'll be your putting your armor on. Yeah.
Well, he wakes up to this noise and he starts putting his armor on as well.
What?
He
He's
starts
putting on
putting
his
his
armor.
on.
You're putting armor on also?
Yep, I was asleep, so I wasn't sleeping in my armor.
Yeah, I understand. What kind of armor is that?
It is studded leather.
That is leather. Okay. Same for putting it on as the scale bring a D4 plus 1. Yes, it's 1d4 plus 1. I just had you roll the d4.
Okie dokie,
1 to
just
4 plus
checking.
1 rounds.
Damn, okay.
There's a lot of straps and buckles and stuff like that to get sorted out.
No problem.
Okay, so
Question on
There-
that. Is
there
it
you go.
possible to get out of the, just stop putting the armor on and do something? Is that a choice? Just a general
Yeah.
question.
yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
I want to know
you
that
can,
too.
You can abandon putting your armor on.
Okay. Wanted to point that out.
You're
Okay.
not stuck in that until it's resolved. You can stop putting it on. You just don't get the benefit of any armor at that point.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so Vic, you can take a second attack. If you would like to, or
Okay.
well, it's time for your second attack.
Yeah. I'll try and. I was loading up for another attack, so I'll go ahead and try and unload on this one that's right in front of me, whatever modifier it takes.
Yeah, that's the one that's got your leg.
Yeah. So what's the miscellaneous modifier for the positioning in close range? Any?
For the point blank range, it's no, you won't. There's no modifier on the attack
No modifier.
roll.
Okay.
Um,
And missed
right,
terribly. How did
because
I
you made your
get
dex check to stay up. So
Right. How did I get a 19? Something's wrong with that.
how did you hit an armor class of 19?
Yeah, hang on.
That's
Something. I think I. Looking at see what in the hell it showed for a dice roll.
Yeah, it left out a bunch of the formula.
Right. I think I blanked out the miscellaneous modifier, and I think that's what screwed it up. Does it show what the dice roll originally was?
Yeah,
I can't
I-
tell.
No, it's not showing the roll at all.
Okay. Well, it was armor class 9 then on the
It shows the
one that
formula,
worked.
then it starts showing it calculating, and it didn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So armor
okay.
class 9.
did not hit.
Okay.
You missed them. Okay, round 2, initiative.
What do I need to do to get my foot out of its mouth? Besides kill it. Or calf or whatever it is.
Um, he's gonna.
Do I need like a strength check or something? I mean, it's not my turn yet or anything. I
Yeah.
just was kind of curious as we were setting up here.
Or if he lets go to try to bite you again. Or to get a better grip. If he fails, if he fails an attack roll, then he loses his grip. Or
Okay.
you can do a strength check to pull free.
Okay.
Has everybody got their stuff sorted?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. Media board, Diane. Rhea, you are finishing your getting your armor on. So you know how the benefit of an armor class.
Yay.
Okay, so you have your armor. Where are you?
In my wagon.
He's under the wagon.
Oh. How did you get in the wagon? Oh, you would have been in the wagon already. That's where you sleep.
Yeah, I was sleeping in my wagon.
Yeah, it was just to the back. Okay. So, when it's your turn, if you've got an arming, just go ahead during your action, reduce the number on your. So, Leah, you're good. You. This board has free meat and jumps on Mackinnon. Okay, Mac takes 4 damage from the warg. Other warg keeps charging up and attacks Zilpha. And hits for 7 points of damage so far.
Got it.
Shannon? Okay.
I got it.
Vic.
Okay, I'll attack the one in front of me again.
Okay.
Oops, that's not the right one. Hang on. Yeah, it is. Okay. And would the strength roll
Alright.
be part of my movement or my action?
We do that as your movement.
Okay, so I'll try and do a
You can
strength
pull
check to
free
move
as your
away.
movement, but you won't really.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're out of the wolf's jaws.
Okay. And with that, I'll well, no, I won't. I'm out of the wolf's jaws and stand my ground. That's it
Right. Yeah.
for now.
That's.
Yeah.
You're pulling free instead of being able to move away.
Right.
Exactly. Okay, Ed.
Still putting on armor.
You
Okay,
giant
did you
wussy.
roll for your armor? No, you were waking up last round, so yeah.
Yeah.
If you're gonna put armor on, a D4 plus 1 for scale.
Oh God.
Okay, so you have 2 more rounds of putting armor on after this round. So, Galleon, go ahead and tick down your armor.
Oh, okay. Oh, I did already. At the end of last round. Or did you want me to do it for...
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying is just when it's your action,
Yeah.
tick it down. Right.
Okay.
Sofa.
Zilpha's gonna drop every bit of her armor on the frickin' ground. And she's gonna say, screw this shit. And she's gonna smack this mofo right here in the snout with her horseman's mace.
Okay.
No bonuses, I assume.
No bonuses. And you missed.
Well, screw this noise. Okay. Now, Larry, if I'm mounted on Larry, Larry gets an attack or no? Does he get an attack otherwise?
Larry's a warhorse. He can attack independently from you, honey.
So can he attack now or what? Would he have had to attack instead
you
of
didn't
my
roll
turn?
initiative for him.
I failed to roll initiative for him. Can I roll it now?
Yeah, you did. So.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, go ahead and roll initiative for Larry.
The initiative macro isn't showing up. Hang on. Simple. I see simple initiative, but not the regular initiative. On the bar
okay.
at the top.
I didn't put that on his sheet.
Okay.
If you go to open up the character sheet for Larry, go next to his attack. There's an initiative button there also.
Yeah, I'll hit that. Next time I'll roll initiative for Larry, it won't be a problem.
Yeah, you've always been mounted on him before when you were fighting with him, so it wasn't.
So where is it on his attacks? I see hit and damage, but I don't see initiative.
The very end, the last column on
Aha,
the
it was,
weapons
I
chart, it
had to
says
scroll to
initiative
the
roll.
right
Hit that
on
die.
my, yeah, I had to scroll to the right
Yeah.
to see it.
Oh, because you don't have it assigned to token actions. That's why.
That's why I'm going to assign it to a
Yeah,
token action now.
I don't have an initiative macro for on the animals. I didn't think about it with Larry being a warhorse because none of the other animals are combatants.
He's not just a
They're all
warhorse, he
just
is a
pack animals.
high-spirited warhorse. Okay, so he had rolled a 9, which meant he would have attacked before Zelfa. Can he still attack? Would you give that to me just because you like
He
me?
can do his attack now. Yep.
He's
Yes,
pissed at
do
this
his attack
dude.
now.
Well, it says Zelfa, but that's really Larry.
Did Machinus get attacked?
No, Mackinus is going to be hauling butt as quickly as he can. He just
'Cause
had a giant wolf attack him.
He's missing 4 HP.
Yeah, he got attacked by the warg.
Okay.
He rolled to hit AC 8.
Yeah, Larry missed.
Oh, well.
The warg just barely dodged out of the way. Okay, you missed also?
Yep, we both missed. We are
Yeah,
pathetic.
you long past 9. No. Okay. And now the rest of the wolves. First one on. Oh, okay. This wolf grabs a mouthful of bushes when he tries to attack you and kind of paints a bullseye on himself.
Which one is that?
Critical
Oh, the
fail.
one right in front of me?
The one I just put the bullseye on.
Okay. Does that give me advantage or something?
It means he loses any dexterity, which is most of a wolf's armor class, and is basically screwed for the rest of the round. Got a big bullseye, +1 on all attacks against him.
Cool.
The other one missed you.
Okay.
Okay. Another wolf is attacking Machina. And manages to miss. Okay, I can't see my dang handle to turn the icon tokens. Okay. Two of the wolves come at Ed there. I think I missed the goblin somehow. Alright. Okay. The first wolf here, Ed, gets a good chunk out of your thigh for 4 points of damage. And the other one missed as you stumbled from the first one. Okay, this wolf attacks you, Zilpha. That's 2, yes, 4 points of damage.
Fine.
This one attack.
Whoop, I did that totally wrong. Hang on. I hit the wrong thing and I took away way too many hit points. First one hit for 7, this one hit for 4. Hang on, I'll fix it.
Yeah, just click on the bubble and type -4, -7, whatever.
Yeah, I think I hit -7 instead of -4. And all of a sudden I was like, whoa, hey.
Yeah, you're still not in a really happy spot there.
I'm in a good spot.
The goblin, apparently since I missed them somehow on their initiative, is just hollering commands and which directing the wolves. The other one back here is banging on the back of the wagon, the door, trying to break the door open.
Well, fuck with my door.
Okay, Rick.
Okay. And I'll attack on the one in front of me with advantage. Said +1.
+1 to your attack roll, yeah.
Ugh. 8. And you said he was without AC,
That
without his
just
dex?
hit.
Okay.
Yep. This is dex and +1 on attack roll. So
4
that
more
hit.
damage.
And he is still up.
Okay.
Okay, new round. Oh, wait. Give me a d20 roll for Mackineth there, please, Gallion. Yeah, he's fleeing.
Morale's on 2d10, by the way. If that was a morale check.
Oh yeah, morale check. Sorry. So yeah, morale for Mackineth. 2d10. Still failed. Failed horribly. No, he's gonna run from. So he is bolting.
I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be rolling initiative. Okay, hang on.
Yes.
Okay.
I've got attacks of opportunity.
And then Larry
on the
initiative.
Mackineth first.
You get Larry's initiative or no? Yeah, you did.
Lucky Mule.
Leather is armor class 9, right? I think my armor class is actually only
Opportunity.
6.
I keep hitting hit instead of
And-
initiative. Hang on. I keep hitting the wrong thing. I thought I dragged the right thing to my toolbar, but apparently I did not. No, not that. Initiative.
Okay.
There we go.
Only one of the wolves actually hit Mackinac as he was fleeing,
Say what?
and he got away, but he's still up.
Sorry, I accidentally had dragged the wrong thing to my toolbar. I dragged hit instead of initiative, but I got it fixed now.
Okay. Everybody got their initiative set?
Yep. There's
Okay.
Michael.
So, first up is